Alrighty, welcome back. As you can see, I have a Ruger Government 1911 on the bench. As you can also see, I have here another Wilson Combat part. I get a lot of Wilson Combat parts, mainly because these are for sale in a local gun retailer, Williams Gun Site, and they stock basically almost all the parts that they sell for 1911, so they're just really handy and convenient to get. As you can see, I paid $34.95, and that's for this, a slip-on Magwell, and it is stainless, and it is decent. It does look like decent construction, good finish on it. And the intended purpose is to flare out your Magwell a little bit and make mags, slip in a lot easier. Now, twofold, they also do add potentially a little bit of weight. They're not overly weighty, but if you add it into, a whole gun, add new parts and stuff like that, you will up that weight factor a little bit, especially in the lower end of the gun here. So that being said, I have the gun already disassembled as far as I need it to be for installation, and these just slip on. But I will say I was worried about this being really loose actually, but on this Ruger, you can kind of get it started easy. Like it slips on, but it's a snug fit. It's not gonna go anywhere. You push it in, you're gonna wanna send it home. Okay. As you can see, it's all the way in. And then you're gonna wanna put your grip panels back on, which in the instruction manuals, I guess sidebar, it says modification to grip panels required. Now that depends on what grip panels you're using. I haven't really tried it yet, but in terms of these Hogue mono grips, which are in fact rubber, they do stick just a little bit. So as you can see there, I don't know when I get the screws in, if I can tighten that up a little bit. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Now, like I said, it was disclosed on there, so no real necessarily a shocker to me. So there's a little slight split there. There's a difference right there. This one's tightened down, this one isn't yet. So, if you're a purist, that might bother you a little bit, but in terms of actual fit, finish, and function, that's perfect. That sits right on there. And actually having it on the pistol itself, it's a little extra length here, so you tend to not get this edge here dug into your hand, which can be uncomfortable for some people. But it looks, and like I said, it looks nice on there. I maybe should have probably gotten black because Ruger does all the black stuff with the safety, grip safety and stuff like that, but it doesn't look bad. It's not a total match on the stainless, but that could be changed because really inside here is kind of a match more so to the Ruger finish. But that being said, go ahead and try a magazine. Obviously, the intention of these are to really send them home fast, and especially in shooting. But if you were to catch on the back, it works as advertised. If you get it anywhere near, even out here, it sends it right home, which is cool. Now, if you catch it up on the front, basically you want to be making sure that you're going in from the back if you're not. I mean, that just really sends it home where you want it. So that's cool. As you see, it marks a little bit, but that's going to be a thing that happens just because of the part that it is. So, all right. Let me know what you think of this part. Again, it's the 188S Magwell. I guess I didn't really look in here if there's anything else. Yeah, nothing else really. So yeah, I mean, real basic modification. Adds a little bit of weight, adds a little bit extra functionality here. Really gives you a nice wear part on the gun. If you're throwing in a lot of mags, say you drop the gun, you got an extra cushion piece here that's going to take the brunt out of the abuse. So yeah, let me know what you think. Do you have any experience with these? Hate them, like them, love them, all of the above? Let me know what you think. So, alrighty, thanks for watching. So, sidebar here, I decided to try a couple of my other grips here. I will say that your polymer and your rubber grips are a lot more forgiving. I'm slapping on the mag pull here. You do have a little gap, but when it's tightened down, there's a lot less, or you got a lot more forgiveness. Now, you go ahead and slap on, these are a stock Rock Island Armory, and they don't even go down without a little bit of sanding on that edge. And with the factory Ruger grips, you have basically a light going all the way through there. So that is where that modification comes into play. But like I said, if you're willing to use some plastic or polymer or rubber, a lot more forgiving. So, but yeah, all right. Again, let me know what you think. That's just a sidebar on the end here. Thanks for watching. Okay, so in continuation of this Magwell here, I really didn't want to mess up any of my good grips. I don't want to mess up any wood grips. As I said, this is going to be my 460 hunting gun. So I'm really willing to mess up and at least try it with some of these Magpul grips. Pretty cheap, and I actually like them. I had, as you can see, I had these Hogue mono grips on there. Very comfortable, but they do add a little bit of bulk into the feeling. And I have large hands, and these grips allow me to dig in hard onto the gun itself. So once I get it converted over to 460, we'll see what ones I like, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try and see if I can make these sit relatively easier. A little flush there because I have, like many gun enthusiasts, some issues in terms of trying to keep things in a perfected fashion. So I'm really just gonna go ahead, oh, if I can get this off, Jesus. Okay, I'm really just gonna go ahead, I've made a notch. I know kind of how far I need to go out. I have a high-speed bit. I'm just gonna kind of chuck away a little bit at these pieces, which this is really easy because a lot of this is already recessed. So really, the biggest thing I need to do is take it down the thickness of whatever that is. So not too much, but if I take it too much, it will sit flush elsewhere on the gun. So we'll see. I don't want to take too much around the center. Bottom doesn't really matter. I don't need to go too crazy, but I'm gonna go ahead and kind of remove some material. I got some 1000 grit sandpaper as well to help clean up afterwards. So, all right, I will be back in just a minute after I give a try. Okay, back again. As you can see here, maybe not the most professional looking thing, but I did relieve out the spot on the grips. It's pretty easy with polymer. Like I said, Doesn't maybe look the best, but in terms of after you throw it on the gun, clean, no gap. Well, that's because it's not tightened down yet, but no gap. And in terms of any modifications, it's really hard to notice any kind of gap on the grip at all, especially with this Magwell on it. So, you know, in closing, yes, if you have the know-how, not really saying know-how, but if you want to chance it, it's worth a chance to get it to sit flush. I haven't looked on Wilson Combat's website to see if there's any grips that already have the modification on it required, but that being said, on these mag pulls, I'd say it's a success because they now sit flush and you won't be able to know any different. So, let me try and get it. Oh my God, it sits on there nice. That's for sure. Good God. So yes, really, let me just pop these off. Okay. So, I mean, really, the whole intention is just to have a relief for your grip to fit in there like that. And you just need to take that material away so it will sit flush. And then unmodified here, you can see that it's very easy to make a mark and go ahead and mill out the spot that you need. But on these mag pulls, it's pretty easy because there's a lot of the material already removed for you, just of how they are. But yeah, let me know what you think. I know it's not necessarily a professional job, but I don't think it really requires a professional job just to get it to fit right. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back on, which is just starting to fit a little easier now. Push it on, and there you go. So we'll go ahead, and I think it looks pretty good. So I probably will be keeping these grips on this 460 build just because the modification's already done, and I'm gonna keep that Magwell on. So yeah, I guess that's it. All right, let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.